In Court on TKO8 Television is brought to you in part by Campbell Bonding Company.
Even the best of us make mistakes, so when trouble finds you, trust Campbell Bonding Company to help you through what can be a confusing and sometimes frightening experience. Jim, Robert, and Cole Campbell work as a family to offer your family understanding and compassion during a very difficult time. Campbell Bonding Company can help get your family back together quickly and confidentially. And in every step of the process, they're there for you. In times of trouble, let their family help your family. Campbell Bonding Company, 870-741-1138.
(2018-43) and 2018-49, State of Arkansas versus John Shoemaker.
Morning, y'all.
Good morning, Mr. Shoemaker. In case 2018-43, you have additional charges from those that you've been arraigned on previously, of forgery and theft of property. Mr. Burnett, have you been appointed in this case?
We're not appointed yet, Your Honor.
Oh,
We
really?
have in his previous cases, but
On all these other cases?
yes,
Okay.
that's correct, but not on these.
All right. So the charges are Class C felony forgery, Class A misdemeanor theft of property in the one case. In the other case, the charges are once again forgery, Class C felony, theft of property, Class A misdemeanor. So that's true of both these two new charges. There was a previous motion at least to consolidate all of Mr. Shoemaker's cases
That's correct,
on
Your
the
Honor.
Division 4 docket.
That's correct.
So even though these two,
And we could bring these onto the Division 4 docket in anticipation that he's going to apply.
all right. Mr. Shoemaker, you need to go ahead and apply to the Public Defender's Office for representation. The law, I mean, you have to have an application in on each charge so that the appointment can be made. And so I'm advising you to get that done as soon as possible. The Public Defender's Office has already been appointed to represent you on the charges you already had pending before these two. On the charges of forgery, Class C felony, and theft of property, Class A misdemeanor in each of these cases, how do you now plead?
Not guilty.
I'm noting your plea of not guilty in each of these cases, and because they're being transferred to the Division 4 docket of this court, I'm going to set them. Do we have dates already set out?
I have them set with the rest of his case files with a plea deadline of March the 9th and a trial date of March the 12th. That's where all the rest of his cases are set.
Okay. Now, because these charges are extremely similar to the ones that have been previously arraigned on and set on, that the court's going to set these along with the other cases. just advise defense counsel, assuming you're going to get these cases, that if you want to sever them, the appropriate motion needs to be made
Yes, Your Honor.
as we go through. Next appearance, Mr. Shoemaker, your next appearance in court will be March 9th
Is there a bond we can, on these?
on both of these cases, and you're being set for trial the week of March 12th.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Carter, did we set a bond, or we?
No, we were holding him no bond because he missed a court appearance.
That's right. All right. That's what I thought I remembered. But, all right. So, no, at this time, you bonded out previously and then missed a court appearance, and I believe there were additional charges that came about. So at this point, you're being held no bond, and we're trying to move the case forward as quickly as possible for disposition.
Yes, sir.
You may be excused.
Thank you.
2018-32, State of Arkansas versus Luther Wayne Dillon.
Your Honor, I met with him yesterday. He had applied for the public defender's office, but he has advised me that his family has hired Justin Downham.
Okay.
Your Honor?
Yes.
We're in the process of hiring Mr. Justin Down.
That's what Mr. Burnett just informed me.
Yes, sir.
All right. So I'm noting Mr. Downham as your attorney of record, and on the charges against you,
Next page.
which are three counts of rape, criminal attempt, and sexual assault in the second degree. Three counts of that charge. Sexual indecency with a child, 3 counts. Sexually grooming a child, 3 counts. On those charges, how do you now plead?
Not guilty, sir.
Plea of not guilty is noted. This case is on the Division 4 docket of this court. This case will be set down by scheduling order. With the next reappearance in court, it will be ordered for May 4th. A pretrial will be set in your case for June 22nd. A plea deadline date will be set up as July 13th, and this case will be set down for trial during the week of July 23rd. Those will be the dates on your for your scheduling in your scheduling order. If you have a conversation with Mr. Downham before he, when you talk to Mr. Downham, tell him that the scheduling order has been entered of record, and he'll know how to look that up if he hasn't already. All right. Anything further to come before the court?
Your Honor, last week we gave discovery to Mr. Bunch. Has that been forwarded to Mr. Downham?
We just found out last night.
Got it right here, if you want to give it to me.
Sure, I'll take it back. Nothing I like more than making my files bigger.
Your Honor,
Yes.
I would like to request a bond reduction, if that's possible.
Judge, we had to go to Louisiana to pick him up.
Well, I turned myself in Louisiana also to get this figured out and find out what's going on. As soon as I found out I had a warrant. And I had let Boone County Sheriff's Department know, and my previous lawyer I let them know I had went down there to see my sister and to work while I was down there because I was getting harassed up here in Boone County.
Mr. Carter, what's your understanding of this man's residential address? Obviously, he was living in Louisiana when the warrant came out, but what's his past history of residential that you're aware of?
Judge, I know that we had an investigation on him in Boone County in 2005, and these charges arose. My assumption is he's probably lived in Boone County for a fairly substantial time. But these are extremely serious charges involving 3 separate victims over a period of time. And the bond was set earlier by the court at $150,000, conditioned upon no contact with the victim. Ankle monitor shall be placed on the defendant if he posts the bond.
Court's going to find the bond of $150,000 conditioned on no contact with any of the victims or the victim families is a reasonable bond under the circumstances, and we'll leave it there. But I would suggest, Mr. Dillon, is that you discuss with your attorney if you think that there's a basis for a reduction in bond, and we'll schedule a bond hearing at your attorney's request. You may be excused at this time.
Thank you, sir.
Even the best of us make mistakes, so when trouble finds you, trust Campbell Bonding Company to help you through what can be a confusing and sometimes frightening experience. Jim, Robert, and Cole Campbell work as a family to offer your family understanding and compassion during a very difficult time. Campbell Bonding Company can help get your family back together quickly and confidentially. And in every step of the process, they're there for you. In times of trouble, let their family help your family. Campbell Bonding Company, 870-741-1138.
Harness Boots and Shoes in downtown Harrison remains the leader in the most popular and durable footwear for women, men, and children. For the ladies, Harness Boots and Shoes features a wide variety of Birkenstocks and Birkenstock socks, plus winter boots from Merrell and Mucks, as well as Twisted X and short boots. For you men, Harness Boots and Shoes brings you the best variety in the area for work, dress, and casual wear, including brands such as Justin, Double H, Rocky, Georgia, and Wolverine. And the boys and girls have a wide selection to browse through too. Harness Boots and Shoes with outstanding customer service matched with layaway and free gift wrapping all year round. Ensures a shopping experience that will bring you back time and time again. Harness Boots and Shoes, 870-741-5750, or come on down and look for the Big Red Boot on the square in downtown Harrison. Sam Alexander Pharmacy has expanded and is now offering many additional products and services. Their new pharmaceutical compounding area allows them to create products to fit the unique needs of a customer. They also have added Spinco orthotic shoes and sandals, Dr. Comfort diabetic shoes, baby gifts by Aiden and Anais, and toys by Melissa and Doug. Stop in today and let them help you with any of your specialty pharmaceutical needs. Sam Alexander Pharmacy, your local Health Mart pharmacy in Harrison.
Many things have changed over the years, and so has auto body repair. Even though Ozark Auto Body has been in business for over 30 years, they continue to change with the times. They believe protecting the environment is important and have done so by using environmentally friendly waterborne paint from PPG. This aligns with the technology used by original manufacturers and gives you a lifetime limited warranty. Quality PPG waterborne paint, ASC certified personnel, plus 24-hour towing service. Ozark Auto Body in Harrison, always taking pride in excellence.
2017-310, State of Arkansas versus Matthew Seams. Mr. Symes.
Your Honor, I believe Matthew does not have a bond at this time. If we could take up the issue of bond on his case.
Let's see, Mr. Symes is on a, set for jury trial the week of June 4th. Has a pretrial hearing scheduled for April 20th. And the allegations which are relevant to a bond issue are a Class D felony fleeing and a Class C misdemeanor fleeing.
Your Honor, the state has him set in a no bond right now. These, with the charges he has, Your Honor, it should warrant a bond in this case. He'd be willing to wear an ankle monitor. We have his family here. He'd even be willing to bond out to his father. They live in Omaha. They've lived here for a while now. There's no issue with him not showing up for court.
Judge, the state of Missouri, Taney County, has charges of endangering the welfare of a minor, creating a substantial risk in the first degree, 3 counts, resisting arrest by fleeing, creating a substantial risk of serious injury. So that's his 4th felony up there. Then there's a bunch of traffic offenses, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 traffic offenses. And that's the concern that the state has. If he bonds out, then potentially we lose him to Taney County.
Your Honor, I believe Taney County's already set a bond for him up there as well. I'm not 100% sure about that, but I'm
looking at the information in this case. The bond has been set at $7,500. Has it been changed from that?
Your Honor, my note's showing no bond.
Does he have a revocation?
He did not appear in court on January 19th.
Your Honor, $7,500 bond would be acceptable for the defense.
And that was what the original bond was. I'm just going back historically. I see on December 15th he did not appear, but in front of Judge Putman as originally ordered, but he was then told to appear on January 19th. And he did not appear on that date, and this court issued an alias warrant for him on January 19th. On February 9th, he appeared before this court with counsel and was set down to reappear here today. Is that where we changed it to a no bond hold?
Your Honor, I believe he just applied for the public defenders not too long ago, so we actually don't even have a complete file on him yet. Yeah, he applied on 2/9.
Mr. Carter, do you have any record of when the bond was changed from that $7,500? I imagine it was in the context of him getting arrested on a warrant that was issued.
We issued the warrant on January 19th. He appeared in court on February 9th.
You're not connected to the network. Why is that?
Your Honor, we bonded him on the $7,500, and he was given a court date, and he wasn't on the docket. He did show up, but he wasn't on the docket, and he was supposed to stay in contact with me, but I lost contact with him, and that's when the alias was issued for him.
this
I will.
thing?
And we,
You already did.
Yeah,
So you,
every time you-
Taney County's taken care of. Taney County's taken care of.
What do you mean taken care of?
It's bonded.
Oh,
So we don't have the issue of Taney County picking them up, we just need to wait for court dates.
Warrant. That's the issue. And down here. Warrant issue. Warrant certificate. This is what I keep. Okay, now I'm getting it. Thank you.
And Judge, I just spoke with Mr. Campbell. He is bonded in Taney County, and Mr. Campbell would agree to stay on as bond here.
Here is the problem. He did not appear on the 19th. The court issued an alias warrant. He was served with that on January 24th, and that warrant was a no bond hold due to his failure to appear as ordered on January 19th. So that's why he's in custody on a no bond hold, is because he didn't appear. Now, given the fact that from what some of the suggested is that he has more significant contacts, although being criminal, in the state of Missouri than he may have in the state of Arkansas, and given the fact that so the court has some concerns about his connections to Missouri and not Arkansas, the court also has concerns that the charges he was arraigned on were fleeing charges, and the nature of the charges up in Missouri sound as though they are resisting arrest and not complying with the law kind of charges. The court has grave concerns about his the likelihood that he will appear back voluntarily. The court is going to, at this point, I'll set a bond, but I'm going to set the bond at I'm going to set the bond at $30,000 cash or professional bond, and it'll be conditioned upon him where is Mr. Symes' residence?
Omaha, Your Honor.
It's going to be conditioned upon him continuing to reside in Omaha, Arkansas, and appearing in court, obviously. That'll be the order of the court. $30,000 will be the bond.
There was a discussion about an ankle monitor, yes, no? Did we take that off?
I don't know anything about an ankle monitor.
No, I mean, there was just a discussion that the,
Well, I'm not requiring him to get an ankle monitor at this point.
Judge, for the court's information and for Mr. Burnett's information, although I think Mr. Burnett knows this, I've reviewed the facts of this case. I am going to amend the charges to include 3 counts of endangering as well as a charge of driving while intoxicated.
Okay, well, I didn't know that. Well, I'll go with the $30,000 bond that I've amended the bond to. That'll be the order of the court.
And Judge, court needs to understand this: the Missouri case and the Arkansas case all happened on the same day. It's across state lines.
All right.
the next reappearance date.
So he's down. His next day reappearance date. His reappearance date was today. His next reappearance date is for pre-trial on April 20th.
Thank you, sir.
That's what we have it set under the scheduling order.
What do we do with Dawn Smith? Bring her over, or no? What's the revocation? Yeah. Just let her out. She's going on there.
I'm gonna add to the conditions of that $30,000 bond is that he not possess or consume alcohol, or obviously, or illegal drugs, as a separate condition of his bond. So it's reside in Omaha and not possess or consume alcoholic beverages. That'll be the order of the court.
Thank you, Your Honor.
We all need the help of a pharmacy from time to time. Sullivan Pharmacy would like to thank all their customers for supporting them as an independent local pharmacy. When you trade with an independent pharmacy, you deal with an owner that supports the local economy and charities. Visit Sullivan Pharmacy for any of your over-the-counter or prescription needs. It's important to keep helping those that help the community. Sullivan Pharmacy, 731 Main Street, Harrison, serving this area since 1965.
For the month of February, Quality Feed Grains has all Taste of the Wild dog food on sale at $3 off. Tired of breaking ice for your livestock? Check out their Ritchie Thrift King automatic waterer. It insulates the water so well you can make it through the winter without supplying heat to your livestock water. Now, only $5.99.95. Quality Feed Grains, 4617 Highway 65 South and 311 East Prospect in Harrison.
Engine threats lurk around every corner. Corrosion, wear, and gunk. Stay ahead of engine threats with Shell V Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline. The best total engine protection you can get. Choose a breakthrough in premium gasoline.
Harness Boots and Shoes in downtown Harrison remains the leader in the most popular and durable footwear for women, men, and children. For the ladies, Harness Boots and Shoes features a wide variety of Birkenstocks and Birkenstock socks, plus winter boots from Merrill and Mucks, as well as Twisted X and short boots. For you men, Harness Boots and Shoes brings you the best variety in the area for work, dress, and casual wear, including brands such as Justin, Double H, Rocky, Georgia, and Wolverine. And the boys and girls have a wide selection to browse through too. Harness Boots and Shoes with outstanding customer service matched with layaway and free gift wrapping all year round. Sure is a shopping experience that will bring you back time and time again. Harness Boots and Shoes, 870-741-5750, or come on down and look for the Big Red Boot on the square in downtown Harrison.
2017-88, State of Arkansas versus Dawn Smith.
Judge, there's no action to take in that case.
Judge, well, I think she has to be arraigned on a revocation, and if we could set it for a
What's the revocation?
if we could set it for a hearing in a couple of weeks.
This is the revocation case.
That's not what this says.
Let me get down to where we got a revocation.
Judge, I think there's been some
Play was in September of 2017, excuse me. Petition to revoke was filed in October. Is that the most recent petition? Mr.
It is.
Your Honor, it also appears that she needs to apply for the public defenders.
All right. Ms. Smith, you need to make application to the Public Defender's Office if you want to be represented by them. Have you done that?
Yes, I have.
Okay. So a petition has been filed. When did you do that?
I filed my paperwork 2 weeks ago. I sent it
It hasn't come through the Public Defender's Office, apparently. All right. Well, let's look for that and see if we can do it. If it's not located, you're going to need to file a new application to get them so they can be signed up to represent you. All right. On the allegations contained in the petition to revoke, which was filed, as I stated earlier, on October 26th of 2017, a petition was filed that alleges that you failed to report for your intake as instructed. In October, you failed to, the officers made an attempt to contact you by phone and were unable to reach you at the numbers that you had provided. Your residence and travel violation relates to they couldn't locate. They contacted the residence that you listed as your residence on or about October 25th of 2017, and the resident at the place indicated that you did not live there and hadn't lived there for a long time, so that you failed to keep the your officer informed of your whereabouts and where you were residing. Those are the allegations in the petition. On those allegations, how do you now plead?
Guilty.
All right. Well, until you get an attorney in place, I'm just going to put down a plea of not true. I'm going to set this down for reappearance on March 9th. One, to validate you have counsel in place and potentially for a hearing on that day.
Okay, thank you.
You may be excused. 2016-306, State of Arkansas versus Billy Hunt.
Morning.
Good morning. We have this case set down for revocation today. Is this case for hearing?
We'll bring him over, Judge.
All right. Mr. Hunt, I'm going to put you down to be brought over this afternoon. You may be excused at this time.
Thanks, sir.
Even the best of us make mistakes, so when trouble finds you, trust Campbell Bonding Company to help you through what can be a confusing and sometimes frightening experience. Jim, Robert, and Cole Campbell work as a family to offer your family understanding and compassion during a very difficult time. Campbell Bonding Company can help get your family back together quickly and confidentially. And in every step of the process, they're there for you. In times of trouble, let their family help your family. Campbell Bonding Company, 870-741-1138.
Right now, qualified buyers can get 0% APR financing for 60 months on the all-new 2018 Camry. Hurry in today. Toyota, let's go places.
You know, we should always remember to have a working smoke detector where we sleep. Let's go, let's go. Okay, we're all safe, we're all safe. In an emergency, you need a meeting place outside the whole family can meet, so you know everyone is safe.
Sam Alexander Pharmacy has expanded and is now offering many additional products and services. Their new pharmaceutical compounding area allows them to create products to fit the unique needs of a customer. They also have added Spinco orthotic shoes and sandals, Dr. Comfort diabetic shoes, baby gifts by Aiden and Ananias, and toys by Melissa and Doug. Stop in today and let them help you with any of your specialty pharmaceutical needs. Sam Alexander Pharmacy, your local Health Mart pharmacy in Harrison.
Fly higher. Go further. Do more. Take it to the next level with Polaris. Whether you're chasing unforgettable memories, manhandling a mountain of work, or pushing the limits of work and play, we've got the perfect machine built just for you. Now's the time to get rebates up to $2,000 during the Polaris Spring Sales Event.
Come see us at 824 North Main in Harrison.
Crystal clear mountain streams, river rapids, and rolling hills with endless valleys. The beauty of the Ozarks we often take for granted. At Magnus Toyota, we never underestimate the value of our customers. As a third-generation family-owned business, Magnus Toyota has been operating here in the Ozarks for over 50 years. When we make a new deal, we make a new friend. Stop in and visit us today and see why our customers say we're the best. Magnus Toyota, your hometown Toyota dealer on Highway 65 North in Harrison.
2014-168, State of Arkansas versus Brandon Jones. This is another case that we have listed as for hearing today. Is it a matter for hearing?
It can be, Judge, if we bring him over.
Let's bring him over, Judge.
All right. Mr. Jones, I'm putting you down on the list of inmates to be brought over this afternoon. You may be excused for now.
Thank you, sir.
This is another case down for hearing today. And State of Arkansas, 2015-153, State of Arkansas versus Andrew Raines.
Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Judge, we can have him brought over.
All right. Mr. Raines, we're going to bring you over this afternoon. You may be excused for now.
Thank you, Your Honor.
2016-216, State of Arkansas versus Jackie Glover. Good morning.
Judge, you can be, well, we need to bring him over. Judge, we continue this out for 1 year.
And Judge, as a condition of the continuance, Mr. Glover will apply to
Freedom Seekers.
Freedom Seekers.
And he's made the application. They're willing to accept him.
The court's going to note a waiver of the 60-day requirement. Continue the case. I'm reflected on defense motion to, I'm going to continue the case till What's our date in August? Late August? I've got two different dates in here on the sheet.
August 31st.
Okay. I'm going to continue the case till August 31st. I'm not going to continue it out 1 year, but I want to review it and make sure he's still in the program and continuing. And my understanding is he's applying to and going into the Freedom Seekers program.
That's correct, Your Honor, and the state's good with him being released today.
If he leaves that, the conditions of his release will be that if he leaves the Freedom Seekers program, he's to report directly to the jail. He will be considered a fugitive if he goes any place but to the jail upon leaving Freedom Seekers. We'll review his status in Freedom Seekers on August 31st.
Judge, he's still on probation, so he still needs to meet with his probation officer as required.
All right. You understand that, Mr. Glover? You're to meet with your probation officer as required and,
yes, sir.
And remain in the Freedom Seekers program.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
You bet. 2016-208, State of Arkansas versus Sarah Thompson.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. Where are we on this?
Your Honor, she'll have to be brought over.
All right. Ms. Thompson, you may be excused for now because we're going to bring you over during the afternoon session.
Okay, thank you.
You may
Even the best of us make mistakes, so when trouble finds you, trust Campbell Bonding Company to help you through what can be a confusing and sometimes frightening experience. Jim, Robert, and Cole Campbell work as a family to offer your family understanding and compassion during a very difficult time. Campbell Bonding Company can help get your family back together quickly and confidentially. And in every step of the process, they're there for you. In times of trouble, let their family help your family. Campbell Bonding Company, 870-741-1138.
Engine threats lurk around every corner. Corrosion, wear, and gunk. Stay ahead of engine threats with Shell V Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline. The best total engine protection you can get. Choose a breakthrough in premium gasoline.
We all need the help of a pharmacy from time to time. Sullivan Pharmacy would like to thank all their customers for supporting them as an independent local pharmacy. When you trade with an independent pharmacy, you deal with an owner that supports the local economy and charities. Visit Sullivan Pharmacy for any of your over-the-counter or prescription needs. It's important to keep helping those that help the community. Sullivan Pharmacy, 731 Main Street, Harrison, serving this area since 1965.
Many things have changed over the years, and so has auto body repair. Even though Ozark Auto Body has been in business for over 30 years, they continue to change with the times. They believe protecting the environment is important and have done so by using environmentally friendly waterborne paint from PPG. This aligns with the technology used by original manufacturers and gives you a lifetime limited warranty. Quality PPG waterborne paint, ASC certified personnel, plus 24-hour towing service. Ozark Auto Body in Harrison, always taking pride in excellence.
2010-191, State of Arkansas versus Jennifer Walker. Is the Public Defender's Office involved in this?
We are not, Your Honor. She still needs to apply.
Ms. Walker,
Yes, sir.
we had you down for a potential revocation hearing today, but there's no record that you applied to the Public Defender's Office or have an attorney. Have you made any arrangement for an attorney?
I applied for the public defender's office, and I believe my husband's been in contact with them.
Who is your husband?
Frederick Shelton.
Oh, okay. Who have you been in touch with, sir?
I talked to the public defender's office the other day and sent her medical records up there to them. And then I gave them to him just a few minutes ago, another copy of them. So she's got bad health. She does infusions in Little Rock at the Cartac Center.
Okay.
And she filled
Do
out
you have
the
the records? No, I don't need to see the records. I just need to know that they've been in touch. There's not a public defender's office?
She hasn't applied. I went out Wednesday and there was no application.
When did she go in there? This is a revocation case. It's not to be.
From 4.5 years ago.
I know, but
She's booked in on February 7th at Boone County.
Judge, we have her husband here present. He might be able to fill the court in on a few.
well, he was just telling us about that he's contacted the public defender's office, but I don't see any. Is this on that 2013 petition to revoke? Is that what you're saying, Mr. Carter?
That's correct, Your Honor.
There hasn't been a update of the petition?
No.
Where has she been all this time?
Hiding out would be the state's version.
Judge, I believe that'd be hiding out in the hospital, according to her husband.
For 4 years?
Do you want some medical documents? They fax them to us, Chris. Yeah, sure. You got it? Those documents. Chris wants to look at it.
What the file reflects is that there was a petition filed in July of 2013. That warrant was served on December 20th. No, it was served in November of 2013. And she was given December 20th of 2013 to appear. And then she did not appear, and this court directed an alias warrant would issue. That was in January of 2014 that alias warrant was issued. She was arrested on that warrant February 7th of 2018. In other words, more than 4 years later. So that's her status as she comes before the court at this point. She appeared in front of Judge Putman on February 16th, was put down by Judge Putman for reappearance for a revocation hearing on February 23rd. That's today. So that's the status of this case as it's proceeding. But she hasn't been, there's no indication here that she's been reporting to probation or maintaining contact with probation or anything of that type.
That is correct. And Your Honor, this isn't her first go-around. She's a habitual offender.
Well, according to her husband, and I guess what the argument is that she has been, having serious medical problems. But the court's going to advise Ms. Walker. I don't know all the facts of this case, What I do know is that you don't have an attorney of record. There's no indication that you have maintained any communication with your probation officer, and you've been on probation this whole time. Do you not understand that when you're on probation, you have an obligation to communicate with your probation officer?
Yes, sir. I also had, I'm at fault, but I also applied to have my probation transferred to Little Rock and filled all that paperwork out. I let the ball drop. I have been trying to take care of my health. I apologize. I just want to be able to take care of my health. If I can be put on an ankle monitor or something.
The court's going to advise you that you have a right to an attorney. You secure an attorney by hiring the attorney of your choice. Court doesn't get involved if you're hiring an attorney. However, if you are applying to the public defender's office in order to get court-appointed attorney, that's when the court gets involved. Because even if you can't afford to hire an attorney, you're still entitled to an attorney, and the way you get a court-appointed attorney is you make application to the public defender's office. The court's
I did that, sir.
Well, apparently it hasn't gotten to the public defender's office. I'm going to direct that you do it again today. Get that filled out and turned in. I'm going to put this matter down for a reappearance on March 9th, which is the next time the court is going to appear. I'd like you to have an attorney so we can move forward on this case. I mean, this is an unreasonably long period of time that this place has been out there, and as you say, you know, it's at least to some extent your fault because you haven't been communicating with your probation officer. We can get you back in communication with the probation officer. I want to make sure you're able to continue to address your health issues, but I really don't feel comfortable until you have an attorney in place. So make sure you get that filled out and turned in so that we can get that done. Now,
Your Honor, let me make this a little worse. On the 20th day of November 2013, she was served by Officer D.R. Smith of the Sherwood Police Department and given a court appearance date, and she did not appear in Boone County. So actually, there's also been a failure to appear out there for just over 4 years.
well, again, my concern remains that there's this total lack of on Ms. Walker's part of acknowledging that she has an obligation to probation, and her health needs to be a major concern of her. And I'm confident if she could provide medical records and show things to the probation office, the probation office is very likely to work with her on that. But it is her obligation to remain in touch with the probation office, and according to the docket list, the court file that I've just reviewed, she's been a fugitive for approximately a little more than 4 years, it's just hard for me to understand how anybody, as simple as it is to just stay in touch with the probation office, how anybody who's on probation can just simply ignore that. But so at this time I'm setting her down for a reappearance on March 9th. What I would like you to do is get that application to the public defender's office filled out and in there. Mr. Sheldon, if you wish to do so, you can go out and see if you can facilitate getting it to the public defender's office today. Pick up the application when she fills it out, bring it to the public defender's office. It can get reviewed today, and I'll make that appointment. Now, as soon as we have the public defender's office representing her, we can discuss issues like what needs to be addressed in terms of her health and what needs to be, we can move forward on the case. But as long as that's not been done, the case is just deadlocked. At a minimum, I want that to get done today, so that we can start discussing a remedy. I do not want, if she's in ill health, her to sit in jail. But until she has an attorney in place, I'm not going to let her out or discuss bond. So that's where we stand right now.
Does she need to enter a plea?
Huh?
Does she need to enter a plea?
I mean, let's see what. She probably will need to enter a plea. I think she was arraigned back there. Let's see. There were some docket entries made back here. That may have been on the prior time. All right. Well, that's probably a good point. Petition to revoke. Let's see. Oh, these are these very wordy old style ones. The allegations contained in the petition to revoke, this is the one that was filed back June 31st of 2013, are that she failed to report for her scheduled visits the officers went to her home and left messages to call. She never returned those calls. This is in June of 2013. A home visit was conducted and Miss Walker no longer lived at the residence. Reporting and travel, failure to report. She was considered an absconder. She was in arrears on, of course, on her supervision fees and other payment obligations. All of those are the allegations that are contained in the petition that was filed back in 2013. On those charges, how do you now plead?
Guilty.
Until you have an attorney in place, I'm going to note that is a not true plea, and we'll take it up at this point. I'm setting it for hearing on March 9th, though, as I've said earlier, I want this matter to move forward today, and we'll discuss what we need to discuss this afternoon after we've got counsel in place. You may be excused at this time.
Thank you.
No, I don't go out to the jail and get the application out. All right.
In Court on TKO8 Television is brought to you in part by Campbell Bonding Company. Even the best of us make mistakes, so when trouble finds you, trust Campbell Bonding Company to help you through what can be a confusing and sometimes frightening experience. Jim, Robert, and Cole Campbell work as a family to offer your family understanding and compassion during a very difficult time. Campbell Bonding Company can help get your family back together quickly and confidentially. And in every step of the process, they're there for you. In times of trouble,